Good morning. It's just after 5 a.m. We had a little bit of a Facebook blow up there, so I am on a new device and we're going to start this from the top. Today we're going to be doing a sun salutation. It's Monday today, and Mondays are sort of flowy salutation type of days, and we're going to begin on our knees. So and we're doing a lot of knees, lots of stuff on knees. So if you know for sure that being on your knees is not good, I would not recommend this practice. But if all you need is something underneath your knees to make this something more fun, then do that, okay? So let's give this a whirl. I'm going to put my blocks over here, and let's start this one up. Okay, so where we're going to begin is in hero's pose. Now I'm sitting on my heels here, and we're just going to take our arms up with the inhale, and then we're going to come back down. So this is how it will start. Arms come up on the inhale. Arms come down on the exhale. Arms come up on the inhale, and arms come down on the exhale. So we're moving arms and hips. You might feel this a bit through your thighs, and then come back down. Easy breath on the way up, and easy breath on the way down. Okay, so now we're going to come forward. So we're going to start by coming up, and then down. Okay, coming forward on the inhale into table, and then lowering down onto the floor. And then cobra on your inhale, and then coming back to table, and then back into kneeling. And then inhaling up, exhaling back, inhaling forward, and exhaling down. Coming into your cobra, back to your table, and you're back in your here. And then up we go. And then down we come. Really simple. Forward for the inhale, and then exhale, lower we go. All right, and coming up into your cobra, and back to your table, and then into your kneeling. Let's go for one more. Up we go, and then down we come. Forward we go, and then lower down. Inhale up, exhale back, and into kneeling. Lovely. That's such a nice one. So notice what that feels like through your body. And then we're going to start to come into lunge. So I'm going to grab 2 blocks because I want to do some reverse lunging, and I like having the blocks for reverse lunging, but you don't need them. You can use the floor if you like. So we're going to start here in lunge, and I want you just to think of knees, hips, knees. So we're going to come forward, and then we're going to come back. Forward, and then back. And just feel the movement between the knees and the hips. Watch to see if you want to drive it from your back and allow it to come from the hips and the knees. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the arms up and then down. Arms wide and then back. One more. Arms up and down. Arms wide and then back. Good. So now we're going to take the hands onto blocks, and we're going to slowly come back to reverse lunge and then come back into forward. Now I'm keeping my front foot, the bottom part, the plantar side of my foot, on the floor. You could bring the foot up, but that's just not what I'm doing. So it's not that I've got a preference towards one, this is just the exercise that I'm doing today. So you can make another choice if you want. So back and forward and back and forward. Really easy with your breathing. Try to make this more about your hips as opposed to making your knees straight. And notice what goes on with your back, and if you want to round your back the whole time. Okay, lovely. Now coming back, let's go to lunge on the other side. Okay, and come forward and back. Forward and back. Bring the arms into it if you want. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, the arms come down. Inhale, the arms are wide. And then exhale, the arms come back. Let's go again. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, the arms back. Inhale, the arms wide. Exhale, the arms back. Good. Bringing the blocks into it if you want there. We're going to come to reverse lunge and then forward. And reverse and forward. Good. And then reverse and forward. Reverse and forward. Lovely. Okay, now from here, let's come this way. And let's take one leg here. So I've got my toes pointed forward, but if that's not something you can do, because the toe position has a lot to do with what goes on in the hip. So if where you need to be to have your hips being level is to have those toes angled out. Just be aware how the foot is in relationship to the hip. Yeah, so we don't want to jam the foot, because then that can jam the hip. Yeah, okay. So now from here, we feel the 3 points on the feet. Maybe there's something underneath your knee, and we're just going to take ourselves into a side bend. So bringing the arm up, and then coming back up to vertical, and then bringing the arm down, and this arm up. Good, and then coming back. Feel the way the breath is moving in your body. Good, and then up, and notice where you're actually moving from. Think about a big beach ball. Good, one more. Good, now from here, we're just going to take a slight twist away, and then back. Slight twist away. Now I've got my hands at my chin, and this just helps me keep my nose in line with my breastbone so my head doesn't feel the need to lead the way. That it's coming more from my torso. And one more. Good. And come back into kneeling and other side. Good. So finding your level pelvis and over we go. Beach ball. Good. And then back. Okay, and if it makes sense to bring that arm up as you slide the other down. Good. And up. Feeling the 3 points in the bottom of this foot. Good. And down. Here we go. That's it. And here. Over we go. And here. Good. Hands together and twist away. Be aware of what goes on through your pelvis. More. Lovely. Okay, let's come down to the floor. All right, so now onto the floor. We're going to take one knee to our belly. Be aware of the pelvis, and so wherever your back is and wherever your pelvis is, just notice that the pelvis in the back, maybe, how do I want to say this? Make the movement about your leg bone and the pelvis. So it's not like flattening your back to the spine or back to the floor as you lift the leg. It's just the leg lifting through your hip. Okay, good. And then we're just going to move that leg down and then up and then down and then up. Now watch this. Hands are going to come around, press the knee into the hand, and then bringing the leg back and then down. So the leg comes up I interlace my fingers, I press the leg into my hand. The change of angle is my hip, not my knee, and then comes back in and then down. 2 more. Bring that leg up, interlace the fingers, press the leg away, and down. Good, 1 more. Press. Good. Bring the knee in, leg comes straight out, and let's come into a twist. Easy peasy. Shoulder girdle stays where it is. And then coming on back. And with this leg, bring the knee a little closer in and then taking the hands around that knee or the thigh. Looks a little like happy baby. Half of it anyway. Good. And then let that go. Legs come back. Okay, let's do the other side. So the knee's going to come in. So we're moving through that hip. And the foot comes back down to the floor. And the leg comes back up. And the foot comes back down to the floor. So we're moving through the hip. Hands now come around the knee. Now we're pressing the knee into the hands so that angle of the hip is expanded again, but we're pressing into the hands. And then the leg comes back in and then comes back to the floor. Interlace the fingers, press the leg away, that hip angle gets bigger. Watch what goes on with the pelvis and the spine. And then away, and then in. 1 more after this. Leg comes in and press away and then back in. Good. And then down. 1 more time in. Hold that leg, straighten the opposite and come into that twist. And just be aware of your breath. Back, and that leg comes towards happy baby. And then slide the other leg on up and bring that one towards a happy baby. And I'm holding on to about my ankles. You can hold on to your ankles, you can hold on to your feet. The idea is that your sacrum is staying on the ground. So if you've noticed to get here, you've had to lift your sacrum and your pelvis, then just drop back, grab a little lower down, and then move those legs where and how they can. Good. And then bring the legs into your belly. Good. And then roll them around. Inhale in, exhale. Exhale in, inhale away. Exhale in. There you go. And then go the other way. All right, lovely. And then bringing those feet down. And notice what you've just done to your body. Feel what is here. Feel what's present. Feel what you notice. And then what it is that you want to do next. So I always say you might want to do more of a practice. You may want to go for a run or a walk or do what I'm going to do, which is going to have some breakfast upstairs. So thank you for joining me. We will see you tomorrow for a deep dive. I'm not going to tell you the body part we're going to work on, but it's going to be awesome. Mwah! See you tomorrow. Take good care.